Are you scared to die?
Then let me just tell the story, innit? Oh.
Please, because like...
May as well tell the story, innit? Bun it. Matchbox official. So it started from a weekend away in Cornwall. Ended as a horror movie in Plymouth. Brain surgery had me in my thoughts more, but the hospital made me feel sweet like it's syrup. So what happened was...
And we are live and rolling. Welcome back to Matchbox. I'm your host, Jay Parnes. I've got a very interesting guest next to me. He's had some real shit happen to him, man. He's been through some mad things, mad life ordeals, and he's here to chat about it. Right next to me, I've got Kai Porter.
Life back takes a lot of dedication. I like to learn like it's education. Recovery is so slow and repetitive. Could have let this finish me, but I was never letting it. Had to carry on.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
I'm cool, bro. How are you?
Yeah, bro, I'm good, man. I'm glad to finally have you down.
Yeah.
I've seen, obviously, you know a couple people.
Grateful for you to have me here still,
Nah, it's
bro.
cool,
Can't
man.
lie, man.
It's cool, man. Pleasure's ours, man. Like, literally, like, I know you know a couple people we know. The main thing that kind of brought you to us was, like, just your story. And, you know, you've got a really unique experience, which...
That's it, bro.
Most people, yeah... they're gonna go kind of through life not really worrying about things until something drastic happens to them, and unfortunately you've had something happen to you so like really early on, you know what I'm saying?
That's it, bro.
Yeah, because how old are you?
I'm 19, bro.
19, bruv. So for those people who don't really know, do you want to give like a bit of backstory of everything that's kind of gone on?
So my name's Kai Porter. I'm from Birmingham. I've been making music since I was like 14. In 2016 I've been making music, but on a different vibe, if you get me. More on an afro positive vibe back then compared to now, as it's more real life storytelling rap right now because of stuff I've been through. In 2020 I had a major brain injury which led to a stroke where I lost the whole of my left side, and I had to go through rehabilitation to get to speak, to walk and do everything.
I know. So was it a brain tumor? Did you injure yourself? Did it just randomly happen, or like what happened?
They said it was something I was born with, but it just led to a bleed for me to go through the most.
So was it like genetic?
Nobody's got the answers to that.
Okay, bro. And like, okay, so what happened on the exact day? Like did you like just get knocked out? Like were you like just pass out?
It's a deep story. I can't lie. Yeah. If you listen to my song Brain Surgery, throughout that song, I talk on my first verse of that song. I talk on how everything happened and the build up to actually having.
How long were you in hospital for?
6 months, my bro. Half a year.
Half a year, man. You were there for half a year, bruv. Because like you talk about like having like tubes down your throat, bruv, and like, you know, all sorts of like nurses running around you, and like were you like conscious when that was going on, or did they put you to sleep?
I got mute. Alright then, let me just tell the story, innit? It started from a weekend away in Cornwall. Ended as a horror movie in Plymouth. Brain surgery had me in my thoughts more, but the hospital made me feel sweet like it's syrup. So what happened was, like I said, I was on a weekend away in Cornwall, and then in the middle of the night, after a good day of my family, in a caravan, I was asleep, alone in my room, and then obviously so I must have activated within my brain, and then I felt a load of vomit building up within my chest, and it was uncontrollable. And then this is where I must have lost my speech, my left side. I couldn't walk, couldn't do nothing. And then help with a family member to call a ambulance in the middle of the night, probably like 4 in the morning. Yeah, that's it. And then my last memory was being in an ambulance, closing my eyes, and then
Like waking up in hospital?
Waking up in intensive care.
Oh, okay, no, man.
With a big graze from here.
Mm.
And then it goes to the top of my head. So like to the side, to the top. You know what I mean?
Is that where they like opened it up?
Yeah.
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 Fucking hell, man.
Proper brain surgery.
You've like, that's like, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Like no one should have to go through that, bro. Especially someone so young as well, man. Like you've clearly got a soldier spirit, bro, because that probably would have killed a lot of people, innit?
Yeah, should I tell you what though? It's something that I needed to go through at the time.
You think?
For me to be, yeah. I don't think, bro. I know, bro. Because for that to have gone on inside of me and things that were happening in my life at that time, I weren't really, I don't know, not on the right path, but my mind were in the right place, if that makes sense.
And what's your life been like afterwards? Like obviously you said, like, I'm guessing you had to learn to walk again.
Wow. So this is where I was talking. So in hospital, I spent a month and a half in Plymouth where I had my brain surgery, and then they transferred me to the Queen Elizabeth after that month and a half, and I spent the next month and a half, which is 3 months, and then they transferred me to rehabilitation to learn how to, everything again.
Walk, speak, and
eat, walk, speak, cognitive, like memory, like being able to socialize, being able to everything you could imagine. Just think. Everything you're doing now, I had to learn how to do again 2 times.
2 times over, and yeah.
2 times.
Because I think like you kind of like almost take it for granted, innit? Like when you're just a healthy person and you're just you're eating, you're walking around, you're drinking, you're laughing, you're having fun, bro, you're crying around or whatever. You just take it for granted, brother. And I guess, that ability's been taken away from you, and then you got to like retrain it again. What was the hardest thing to like regain again?
Walk again, it was a lot of pain to get through it because after coming out of hospital, I was walking with a walking stick at the time.
Like a crutch? Yeah.
Nah, not a crutch, like a official old man walking stick. But after a lot of outpatient rehab and physio, I managed to say goodbye to the stick and carried on with my life. But it was I've gone through a lot of agony to
get to where you are now.
To where I am now.
Well, this is what I'm saying, brother. I think like a lot of strong people, they go through these moments in their lives where, lots of hardships and lots of trials and tribulations, which really like define them in it. And I feel like for you, this is going to be a big part of your journey, and you're using that, I can see, obviously to the best of your advantage with your 2 songs. Will you ever get to a point where you can like run and walk and jump around again properly?
I will forever be trying my hardest, but no one's got the answers. Only this guy here has got the answers.
I think
it's God's plan.
I believe is in the human spirit, man. I feel the human spirit is immensely powerful, man. And if you put your mind to whatever you want to do, you can achieve it. If you see it, believe it, achieve it. And if you want to get to that point again, I think it's very doable. I've heard of cancer patients who were told by doctors, you've got 2 weeks left to live, like you have no chance of recovering. And there was an amazing story of this guy, I forgot his name. Like I said, he had like 2-3 weeks left to live from cancer, and he said, no, fuck that. He went sailing, and then he came back and he was cured, bruv, and he was cancer free.
Yeah, I'm hearing you with that story, but with me, the problem is in here. Everything is controlled by your brain, so
it's your operating software, isn't it? Yeah.
In the specific area where it got not damaged, but where it got hit, and it gave me weakness with certain areas in my brain. So it's difficult. It is difficult, but we get through.
We get through, man. That's what I like. You know what I like to hear as well is like you're not letting it affect you. I spoke to obviously your boy, and he was telling me like, you know, obviously this happened to Kai, but he's still the same man. He's still like the same man. Deep down, hasn't really let it affect who he is.
I hear that. I respect that. But at the same time, I slightly disagree.
You think?
Because I don't feel like I am the same man. Like, I don't look at relationships the same.
Do you treasure them more?
But also, a word for the YGs out there, really. But back then, you know, having bare girls on your Snapchat and that, you think, yo, this is dirty, but it's fine now. There's so much more to life.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Do you feel like you going through that experience has like opened your eyes to what's important that you want to do?
Nah, it's because, I was there at one stage in my life, innit? I was at that point where I was like, yo, bro, look at this and that. And, nah, bro, it's dead, man. Just me, it's dead. And like, I'm wise, but I'm wise off experience.
Yeah.
Where like, not just through what I've been through, but through shit that I've seen outside of hospital and stuff. It's crazy out here,
I want to ask you something, Kai.
Go on, well.
Are you scared to die?
Okay, then let me say something. I was in a coma, for 4 days after I had my surgery, and whilst I was in that coma, it was nothing but darkness, and it was nothing but voices and machine beeping next to me that I could hear whilst in the coma. And whilst I was in this coma, I remember very specifically, I seen nothing but darkness, but a very distant light, like a very distant light, where like I could feel in my soul, I connected with, the Lord, and I've never been a spiritual person in that way, if you know what I mean.
Is that why you wear this now ever since then?
Yeah. I've been near people where they'll be like, why me? Why me? Why has this happened to me? But when it happened to me, I just thanked God that it weren't as more severe as it was, even though it was very severe, and I nearly lost my life. Every day I wake up, thank God I'm still here, man, and before I go to sleep, thanks for this day, man. That's how it is. That's how it's been ever since. But it was never like that before.
That's deep, bruv. This is why I said to you, like, are you scared to die, bruv? Because
okay, my answer, I'm not gonna say no,
but you're not gonna say yes.
I'm more prepared. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm more prepared to die now than I was beforehand, because I haven't felt death, but I felt close to death, if that makes sense. So I'm more.
And is it like not as scary as like it kind of is in your head?
Bro, it's scary.
Yeah.
Don't think it's not scary. I'll be lying. But me, whilst in hospital, I made the most out of it, as in I would try my hardest in my situation to socialise with any nurse or any therapist I could get attention to, make sure I show on my character and the patients next to me on the ward. So I had a lot of good memories. There's a lot of negatives I got from it, but a huge amount of positives. People need to open their eyes to this sort of stuff.
I think it's open their eyes and then just be grateful for the things around them and take their lives a bit more like almost seriously.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And go for what's important and not just know this distractions and dumb shit, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah.
Right. Let me talk to you about how I got onto writing brain surgery.
Yeah,
so,
please.
When I first got into hospital and woke up out of my coma, I was in intensive care. Obviously, after my brain injury, after my surgery, my faculties. So, you know what I mean when I say faculties?
Is that that's part of your head? I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Is that part of your head?
So, it's the part. So there's the brain it controls your physical side, your human body, controls how you think, and that's basically a cognitive, like how I was thinking, it wasn't straight. That's what I'm saying. I won't understand what you're saying, you won't understand what I'm saying. A lot of speech difficulties. I was a lot going on basically. So whilst my head was spinning non-stop, majority of the time I was thinking about music, because I was into music at that, making music at that time. And then I was thinking, yo, I'm going through a mad thing right now, you know, blood. I gotta talk about what I'm going through right now, bruv. Like, yo, man's got staples and that in my head, yeah. Like, I'm lying in my hospital bed. What else am I gonna do to pass the time, bro? Because at the time, I was left-handed, and it was difficult for me to basically write with my opposite hand. So I was getting the nurses to. I was getting the nurses to write for me in my little
That's
notebook.
Crazy, man.
I had like 3 notebooks overall throughout the whole of my hospital experience. I still got them in my cupboard and that. Well, it's crazy. Something I cherish for life.
I can slightly relate to that, you know. When I was 7, I broke my I broke my right arm in it. Like I fractured the 2 bones in my arm, and it was completely in a cast, so I couldn't do anything with it. And obviously I'm the opposite way. I'm right-handed in it, like most people are right-handed. So I had to write with my left. And I remember being in school, like trying to like even write my name, bro. It was like
it's moody still. Trust me.
It's weird, bro.
It's a moody one.
Yeah, it's weird, and it like
man's had to adapt, because I was at the time I was left-handed to everything. So man's kind of what's the word? Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous is like where you can use both, and
that's the word, innit? That's me still.
Do you feel ambidextrous still to this day?
Slightly.
As human beings, bro, we all want to sit around a campfire and someone tell a really good story, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we love movies and games and TV series and all this shit, because we like stories. And if you can portray that with your music, obviously, people are gonna resonate with that, man. That's why obviously I've seen all your comments, man, and everything. You got like over 10k views. People connect with stories, but we're emotional beings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I make music. I've always been making music, but the sort of music I'm making now is tell my story. But it's not for me. It's for people out there that have maybe been through similar situations. It's hard, yeah. People probably tell you may not be able to do this, do that again. But I got told I would never be able to walk again. Boom, I'm here. Now I'm an example.
This is what I'll go back to saying about like the human spirit, bruv. I think it all comes down to you and how much you're willing to push for and fight for what you want. Fight for what you want, man. So you must have come to the conclusion in your mind saying like, I will walk again, bro. I'll make it happen.
I was when I was in hospital, even when I was bedbound, I was saying to everybody, in a couple months' time, I'm alive. Even if I'm walking with a frame, I'm gonna walk again. Because everyone was like, it's a shame. Like, is more time gonna be in a wheelchair for the rest of the life? And I was like, nah, listen, I'm alive. I'm gonna walk again. Take me to rehab, I'm gonna walk again. They tried to make me go to rehab, and I say, yeah.
Okay, so obviously this has been quite a, profound event in your life. What does the future look like for Kai Porter? Like, what does your music look like? What are your goals? What are your ambitions? Just tell me, man.
Music is not a hobby, it's a passion. So by next year, in 2023, I'm looking to fully work on my EP. Where I've got everything ready. I've got the bars ready. I've got the beats ready for me to record and just fully drop this album on what I've been through. And then once I've dropped that album, that EP, see where that takes me, man. Because recently, the past few months, after dropping brain surgery, I've had a lot of opportunities outside of Birmingham, where London, East London specifically, had contacted me to do a few performances and got a couple bars, and I also done a performance in a major charity event in Manchester for a neuro-based charity and mental health.
So you ain't too concerned about being that rich and famous. You just want to like help give back to the world and like kind of reach out to people who might be going through similar situations.
Oh, don't get it twisted, yeah. Really nice to be rich and famous, bruv. That's the goal. It's always the goal. Well, as everyone knows, it is hard out here, and I can't be like, yeah, I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna be rich and this and that. Fam. That's dead. Not that it's dead, but come on, I'll be realistic with it, you know what I mean? But yeah, when I dropped brain surgery as well, my song, I had good in the BBC West Midlands, the TV and on the radio. Had interest in my story, where they came to my house the next day and interviewed me.
Yeah.
And all that's out on their thing. And the BBC West Midlands also wrote an article about me. If you wanna read that, man, just search my name, KY Porter, Kai Porter, they call me.
Do you know what it is, bro? You need to, in a way, use what happened to you, and you need to use that to your advantage, bro, because you can, bruv. Like I said, you got an amazing story, bruv. You survived the odds, and you've survived the odds twice by not even, coming back from death, but being able to walk again, speak again, talk again, socialize again.
Bro, let me just reply back to you, yeah? On how you're saying I have to use what happened to me to my advantage, yeah? From the story that I told you on what happened to me, and when I started writing brain surgery, that was the first thing, even before I could even grasp what happened to me fully, before I even knew what happened to me up here. I was writing a song about what happened to me. I used it to my advantage. You know what I mean? Come on. I've been using it to my advantage, bro. You get me? Right. It's a long road, yeah, and it's never gonna take off straight away. We keep grinding and we won't stop.
You won't stop, man. I like that energy, bro. Well, I'll tell you what, yeah, before we get into your little freestyle, and I just to lighten the mood up in it, I got a bit of a rapid fire question round in it. So this is a bit random in it. So I want just quick answers in it. Quick answers before we wrap up in it. Okay, so number one, obviously, we got the World Cup going on. Who do you think's winning the World Cup? Yeah, man's deep in that, bro. He's thinking like, Italy's mate. England, big up. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. You know the vibes.
Alright, go on then.
Okay, next one. What celebrity would you like to switch lives with the most? If you could, one.
Jason Derulo.
Why?
Man used to make bangers back in the day, fam. Yeah. Riding solo and wiggle. Trust me.
Okay. I can respect that, bro. He's got a sick life, bro. Okay, in one sentence, yeah, how would you sum up the internet?
Internet, very powerful, very dangerous, /
Do you think distracting? Do you think that's a good word?
Nah, I won't say distracting necessarily, because a lot of important stuff you see on the internet, everyone, they hear anything, they'll go straight onto the internet. But the internet, there's pros and cons to the internet, let's say. There's a lot of pros.
Okay. What is the weirdest thing, one of your brethren has done at your house?
See, I don't really let brethren to my yard like that, because they are weird, you know what I mean? It's true though. I could imagine what would happen though.
Yeah, nah, that's calm. Okay, so what's something you hate doing?
Something I hate doing is spending / wasting time with people that just shouldn't have my time.
Yeah, facts.
One regular question I get asked is, what do you love most about being outside of hospital after being in for that time?
Yeah, I can imagine that.
I say it's just being outside, looking at the sky, no matter what time it is, and putting my feet on the ground. And yeah, it's just life.
All right, sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Sunset. I like that. And for my very last one, yeah, trapping or a 9 to 5?
Trapping.
You heard it here first. Okay, guys, we're going to go straight into a freestyle thing. We'll hear you really, really soon.
Test. You're listening to the best. I ain't an average rapper, so I say that with chest. I'm stuck on time, 1-5 to make it rhyme. These the words and the lyrics on the top of my mind. I'm coming high and mighty with a flavor so spicy. With a flavor so spicy, I'm making my dough, I'm making my pee. Now we're aiming for the top, now the top you'll see.